Welcome back to English Nest Podcast, our cozy little nest for slow, clear English.
That's right, and today we're going somewhere a little different. Somewhere that can actually be pretty scary in a foreign language.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. We're talking about the hairdresser today. Getting a haircut in English.
Yes, and honestly, this is such a useful topic. I remember my first haircut abroad. I just sat down and said, shorter, please. That was it. My whole vocabulary.
Oh no, Jack. And how did it turn out?
Let's just say it was a surprise. So today, we're going to make sure that never happens to you.
Exactly. We'll give you real phrases, simple sentences, and by the end, you'll walk into any salon feeling confident.
And before we start, quick friendly reminder, if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. That way you never miss a new Slow English episode from us.
It really helps us keep this little nest growing, and we love having you here every week.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. Before you even sit in the chair, you might need to make an appointment.
Right. And you can just call the salon or walk in and say, "I'd like to book an appointment, please."
That's a great simple sentence. I'd like to book an appointment. You can add a day too, like, I'd like to book an appointment for Saturday.
Exactly. And sometimes you don't even need an appointment. Some salons have a sign that says, "Walk-ins welcome."
Oh, that's a nice phrase to know. Walk-ins welcome means you can just come in without booking first.
So if you're traveling and you suddenly need a haircut, you can ask, "Do you have an appointment?" is what they might ask you.
And you can simply answer, no, I don't. Do you take walk-ins? Nice and easy.
Perfect. So now, let's imagine you're already sitting in the chair. What's the very first thing the hairdresser usually asks?
Oh, this one is so important. They'll almost always say, how would you like it today?
Yes! How would you like it? That's basically the big question. And this is where a lot of learners freeze up.
Totally. So let's give you some easy, ready-made answers. The first one, if you just want a small change, is just a trim, please.
A trim means a small cut, just to tidy it up. It's not a big change, just a little bit shorter.
Exactly. So if your hair looks fine, but it's getting a little messy at the ends, you say, just a trim, please. Simple.
And if you want it clearly shorter but not too dramatic, you can say, "Not too short, please."
Oh, I use that one all the time. Not too short. Because sometimes hairdressers get a little too excited with the scissors.
That's so true. And on the other hand, if you really want a big change, you could say, "I'd like it much shorter."
Right, so it's really about being clear and specific. English hairdressers really appreciate clear instructions.
Now, let's go a little deeper. There are some very useful phrases for specific parts of your hair. Are you ready, Jack?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so one of my favorites is, "Can you take a bit more off the top?"
That's a great one. So off the top means the hair on the top of your head. And a bit more means a small extra amount.
Exactly. So if you feel like it's still a little long on top, you just point and say, "Can you take a bit more off the top, please?"
And what if you want the same thing, but on the sides?
Good question. Then you say, "Just a little off the sides, please."
A little off the sides. I like that one. It's short and it's really clear.
And here's an important one for the back of your head. Sometimes you want it shorter on top, but longer at the back.
Oh, that happens with a lot of styles. So what do you say?
You say, please leave the length at the back. That means, don't cut too much there. Keep it long.
Leave the length. That's such a natural way to say it. Native speakers use this all the time.
Exactly. So let's put a few of these together. Imagine you say, just a trim on top, please, but leave the length at the back.
Wow, that already sounds like a real confident sentence. Perfect for anyone who wants a specific style.
Now, what about your fringe? Or, as some people say, your bangs.
Oh, yes, this is important, especially for anyone with hair over their forehead.
In British English, we usually say fringe. In American English, people often say bangs.
So if you love your fringe and you don't want it changed, you say, please don't touch my fringe, or I want to keep my fringe the same.
I always say that one. I love my fringe exactly the way it is, so I always remind them.
It's smart to be clear because once it's cut, you can't put it back.
So true. Okay, let's talk about something else that's really helpful. Sometimes words aren't enough to explain a hairstyle.
Oh, absolutely. That's when you say, can I show you a picture? Or can I see a picture?
Yes, this is such a useful trick. If your English isn't perfect, you don't need to describe every detail. Just show a photo on your phone.
Exactly. A picture really is worth 1,000 words, especially in a hair salon.
And after you show the picture, you can say, something like this, please. Or, can you make it similar to this?
That's really practical advice. Okay, let's move on. What happens before the actual cutting starts?
Great question. Usually they'll ask, would you like a wash first?
Ah, yes, the hair wash. It feels amazing, honestly. That little head massage.
It really does. So you can simply answer, yes, please, or no, thank you, that's okay.
And after the wash, sometimes they'll ask about the finish too. Like, would you like a blow dry?
Right. A blow dry just means drying and styling your hair with a hair dryer and brush after the cut.
So many little questions, right? But once you know them, they're actually really easy to answer.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about layers. This word comes up a lot in hair salons.
Ah, yes, layers. It means different lengths of hair, cut in a special way, to add movement and shape.
So you could say, could you add some layers, please? Or, I don't want any layers, just one length.
That's really helpful because layers can completely change how your hair looks and feels.
Okay, now let's imagine a full, real conversation. Jack, do you want to play the hairdresser this time?
I'd love to. All right, let's do it. Hello there. Please, take a seat. How would you like it today?
Hi, just a trim, please. Not too short. And could you take a little off the sides?
Of course. And what about the back? Should I leave the length or take some off there too?
Please leave the length at the back. I really like it a bit longer there.
No problem at all. Would you like a wash first?
Yes, please. That would be lovely.
Perfect. Wasn't that fun? See, when you know the phrases, the conversation flows really naturally.
It really does. And that little role play used almost every phrase we've learned so far. Nice work, Jack.
Thank you. I think I found a new career. Hairdresser Jack.
Maybe stick to podcasting for now. Okay, let's keep going. What about small talk during the haircut?
Oh, this is such a classic thing. Hairdressers love the chat while they cut your hair.
They really do. They might ask, are you doing anything nice this weekend? Or, are you going on holiday soon?
And you can just chat normally, like with any friendly conversation. It's a great way to practice your English, too.
Exactly. So don't be shy. Answer with a simple sentence and maybe ask them a question back, too.
Good tip. Now, let's talk about what happens when the haircut is almost finished.
Right. Usually they'll show you the back with a mirror and ask, "How does that look?" Or, "Are you happy with it?"
And if you love it, you can say, "That looks great. Thank you." Simple, warm, and honest.
And if something's not quite right, you can politely say, "Could you take a little more off here, please?" And just point to the area.
It's totally normal to ask for small adjustments. Hairdressers are used to it, so don't worry about being polite but clear.
Absolutely. Confidence really is key here. It's your hair after all.
So true. Okay, now for the final part. Let's talk about paying.
Ah, yes, the moment of truth. So, the easiest way to ask is, "How much do I owe you?"
That's such a natural phrase. How much do I owe you? You can use this in taxis, restaurants, anywhere really.
Exactly. Or you can simply ask, "How much is that, please?" Both work perfectly well.
And if you're not sure how to pay, you can ask, "Do you take card?" Or, "Can I pay by card?"
Yes, and most places today accept card payments, but it's always good to check, especially in smaller towns.
Great advice. And of course, if you're happy with the service, you might want to leave a tip too.
Right. In many English-speaking countries, tipping the hairdresser is common, though it's not always required. It really depends on the country.
Good to know. Okay, we've covered so much today. Should we do a quick recap?
Yes, let's do it. It's always good to hear the key phrases again.
So, first, if you need to book, you can say, "I'd like to book an appointment, please."
And if the salon doesn't need bookings, you might see a sign that says, "Walk-ins welcome."
When you sit down, they'll ask, "How would you like it?" And you can answer with, "Just a trim, please."
Or if you want a bigger change, you can say, "Not too short, please," or ask for it much shorter.
For specific parts, remember, a bit more off the top and a little off the sides.
And don't forget, please leave the length at the back if you want to keep some length there.
If you have a fringe you love, just say, "I want to keep my fringe the same."
And if words aren't enough, just say, "Can I see a picture?" and show them a photo.
Before the cut, they might ask, "Would you like a wash first?" And you can simply say yes or no.
At the end, if you're happy, say, "That looks great, thank you."
And finally, when it's time to pay, just ask, "How much do I owe you?"
That's such a great list. Honestly, if you remember even half of these phrases, you'll feel so much more confident.
Absolutely. And the best part is, these aren't just for hairdressers. Many of these phrases work in lots of other situations too.
That's true. "How much do I owe you?" works at the market, in a taxi, almost anywhere.
Exactly. So this lesson gives you more value than just one situation. That's what we love about real, practical English.
Well said. Okay, before we finish, I have a little challenge for our listeners.
Oh, I love a challenge. What is it?
Next time you're at the hairdresser, or even just at home, try saying one of these phrases out loud. Practice it, even just to yourself.
That's a great idea. Speaking out loud really helps your brain remember new phrases much faster.
Exactly. You could even practice with a friend. One of you plays the hairdresser and the other plays the customer.
Just like we did earlier. Although, maybe don't actually cut anyone's hair during the practice.
Good advice, Jack. Just the words, please, not the scissors.
Okay, so that's it for today's episode. We really hope this helps you feel more confident at the hairdresser.
It's such a common situation, and now you have the exact words you need. No more just saying, shorter, please, like Jack did.
Hey, I've improved a lot since then, thank you very much.
You really have. Okay, if you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already.
And turn on notifications too, so you'll know as soon as we post a new episode. We come out with new lessons regularly.
We'd also love to hear from you. What's your go-to phrase at the hairdresser? Let us know in the comments below.
Yes, we really do read every comment, and it means a lot to us.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today, learning English in our cozy little nest.
Keep practicing, keep listening, and we'll see you very soon in the next episode.
Take care, everyone, and happy haircut. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.